This was a $10,000 haircut. Believe it. Now, before I talk about why this is a $10,000 haircut, it's probably not for the reasons you think. It's obviously not because of the quality, because this took me 7 minutes to do. It's not because I paid someone $10,000 to do this and then pretended like I shot a video of myself cutting my hair. It's not because those $20 wall clippers were actually $1,000 clippers in disguise. I went and grabbed them. I have them right here. I promise. $20. Now, the reason why this is a $10,000 haircut, and the reason some of you might think this is actually clickbait, is because that $10,000 is what I'm going to be able to save and invest over the next 10 years from what I didn't pay for this haircut. Now, the average haircut price in America for men is $28, but I don't even like to spend $28 for my haircut. I'll go to greatclips, best clips, whoever has the best deal going on right now, and try to pay $15 to $20 for my haircut every single month. So after tip, that $15 haircut is normally $20 for me. A haircut that would be $28 would probably end up being closer to around $33 if you have a conservative, a little bit less than 20% of a tip. But in order to be able to save that $66 a month, that $40 a month, you have to first buy your own clippers. And I found these same clippers actually a little bit different. They have color-coded guards instead of mine, which are just all black and really boring. That's less than $20 on Amazon. So if we assume that first $20 investment in the first month, we're going to be able to press this over the next 10 to 20 years and see how much money we're actually going to be able to make from investing this money rather than paying for a haircut. Now, instead of focusing on both sides of the $66 haircuts or the $40 haircuts, I'm really going to be focusing on the $40 because that's what's more contextual to me. That's what I would pay, and personal finance is really all about context and what's contextual to you as the individual. So if we assume that $40 over 12 months, it's $480 for the whole year is what you'd be able to save from cutting your own hair instead of going and paying twice a month to get your hair cut. Obviously, we have to take $20 out because we had to buy the beautiful clippers here. So $460 the first year and $480 all the years after that. We're also gonna assume that we're investing this money in the stock market. Now, the stock market over the past 90 years of its lifespan has had an average return of around 9.8%. If we assume a return of 9% every single year on our $480 invested, over 12 years, we're gonna hit that $10,000 mark. So that's not a lot of time if you really think about it. If we continue down that same path and continue investing that $480 a month, after 27 years, that money is gonna be $50,000. And if we're young, we're trying to save for 40 years until we retire, after 40 years, that money is going to be $176,000. It hits the $100,000 mark right around 34 years. So if we invest this just $480 a month, or $480 a year, $40 a month, not cutting your hair at a barbershop, just getting some $20 clippers and cutting it yourself, you'll have $100,000 in 34 years if you invested at 9%. Now that 9% isn't accounting for inflation, and if you do end up accounting for inflation, it's gonna reach $100,000 at that 40-year mark. Not accounting for inflation, that's the actual number you're going to see in your account at that time. Accounting for inflation is going to be what it feels like to have that money as if it were right now. And so if we don't account for inflation, you're gonna have $100,000 at 34 years. If we do account for inflation, you're gonna have what it would feel like to have $100,000 now in 40 years because your money keeps having less and less purchasing power. And this is only if we're using my conservative estimate of a haircut. If you actually use the average over just the general population of America, you're gonna be spending $792 a year on haircuts if you get your haircut twice a month as a guy. And if you do that over that same 40-year period, adjusted for inflation, it's going to be $169,000. Not accounting for inflation, it's $291,000. Now, either way that you look at it, this is a significant amount of money that you're going to be able to save and invest over whatever period of time you choose. And I call this the $10,000 haircut, even though I could call it the $50,000, $100,000, $1 million haircut, because I like seeing things in terms of attainability. And looking 40 years in the future, it's there, you want to plan for it, but it's not as attainable as 12 years from now. If I just cut my hair myself, I'm gonna have $10,000 more saved up and invested. Honestly, I don't think everyone should start cutting their own hair. I know that that is what this video is about, and I cut my own hair. I enjoy doing it. I don't really care too much how it looks all the time. I don't need it to look like movie star quality or anything like that. I'm really fine with this. My wife's fine with it, which is really the important thing. And so doing this for me is a form of enjoyment. It saves me time. I don't have to go to the barbershop. It saves me money, as we see. I'm gonna have $10,000 more if I just invest this money over the next 12 years. And it's honestly just something that I enjoy doing. And that's really what it's about. And that's why I don't think everyone should do it. I don't think everyone doesn't care what their hair looks like. I don't think it's bad to go and spend $40, $60 a month on a barber if you have the money to be able to do that. But I do think that this kind of calls into question a lot of what we're spending, and we really need to audit that. Are you tracking your monthly expenses? Do you have plans for every dollar before it gets into your bank account so that you know what it's going to do? Where are you able to find that $40, that $60? Honestly, I have some people that I've worked with before that over the course of a week probably spend $40 to $60 just on lunches. What if 1 week out of the month you didn't buy lunch at work and you brought it instead, and you were able to save this amount of money so that over 40 years you'd have more than $100,000 more to your name? If you did that for 2 weeks out of the month, or every single day out of the month, which is what I end up doing, where are those little areas in your life that you're able to cut out that $40, that $60? Because it might not seem like much. $10 a week is all it is. Where can you find $10 a week so you can have $10,000 more over the next 12 years and more than $100,000 over the next 40? Now I feel like I would be doing wrong to you guys if I got to the end of this video and I didn't give you a couple tips on cutting your hair. I'm not going to give you a tutorial. Don't think I'm the best to do that. Scroll down this beautiful place called YouTube. There will be plenty of people who are better able to show you how to cut your hair, how to make it look good. I am not that person for you today, but there are a few tips that I have. Honestly, I know that I showed in this video, but I don't cut my hair with my shirt on every time, because then this shirt, I can't wear it again today. I know I'm wearing it now and it's a little bit uncomfortable, but it's going in the laundry. It's got to get washed before I wear it again. It's just too uncomfortable, too itchy. Another tip, take your time. It's not a race to cut your hair. I remember when I started, my first few haircuts took me over an hour to do. Now, like you just saw, I zipped it out less than 10 minutes. I was able to cut my hair start to finish, and I was filming in the process. Tip number 3, just try it. If you don't like it, go and buy a haircut again. If you don't want to keep doing it because it takes too much of your time, that's great. At least you tried it. I think that there's something really to be said about experiencing and trying things and broadening your horizon of experience. That's one of the reasons that I'm starting to do this channel, that I want to put my stamp on the personal finance world. I think I have a lot to say and a lot of value to bring, because not a lot of people know what to do with their finances. And even something like this $40, it might not seem like a major expenditure. You might not even know that it's leaving your account every month, but something as small as that over 40 years can be more than $100,000, and that's life-changing money to a lot of people. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. Compound interest, continuing to invest money diligently month after month after month, is really one of the ways that every wealthy person gets wealthy. It's the diligence to be able to continue to do it. And I really hope that this video has brought you guys some value. If it has, I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like, if you consider subscribing to my channel, or just liking my page on Facebook and Instagram. If I don't have those up and running by the time I post this video, they will be soon. Keep a lookout for the next video. Really appreciate you guys stopping by. I just realized now, as I'm ending filming the video, I don't ever think I introed the video. I'm with myself, so if you don't know by the channel name or Facebook name, my name is Anthony Bodanza. I'm just here to create good personal financial content that provides people a lot of value. Like I said earlier, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a great day and a bright financial future.